Other parties may behave as if the election has already been decided, as if the result is already in the bag. But we in this party will never take the Scottish people for granted. So our message to these other parties is this: the Scottish people will decide the outcome of the Scottish election, and the voters of Edinburgh Southern will choose who they wish to be their next member of the Scottish Parliament. We can be confident, knowing that we have done much to improve the lives of the people of Scotland. We are building safer communities, with crime at a record low and with 1,000 police men and women on the streets of our towns and cities. We are building a healthier Scotland by phasing out, as Alyn said, prescription charges, which are an iniquitous tax on sickness and ill health, and which hit those people with long-term conditions the hardest. We are building a wealthier Scotland through the small business bonus scheme, helping many small businesses in this constituency, small businesses who would have gone to the wall without the help of this SNP government. And we are helping to create a greener Scotland with world-leading climate change legislation. We are building a fairer Scotland by freezing the council tax as families struggle to cope with the pressure on budgets and family and household incomes. And we are helping young families get a foot on the housing ladder by building social, affordable homes, 1,300 in this city, the first time in a generation. So there's much that we can be proud of, there's much that we can campaign on in the coming election. The Strategic Defence Review and the Spending Review remind us of where Scotland lies in Westminster's priorities, firmly at the bottom. It reminds us too of what happens when you give power away as a society, when you give power over to someone else to exercise against you, against your interests and to your detriment. And it's time that we brought power back to Scotland. The SNP is the only party that trusts the Scottish people to take all of the decisions that impact on our lives here in Scotland. So it's our party that wishes to ensure that we will decide whether we send our young men and women into battle. It will be the Scottish people who decide whether or not we have nuclear weapons. It will be Scotland that decides whether or not we join the single European currency. And we need those fiscal levers to get our economy on the move, and we need those fiscal levers to ensure that we maximise the potential of the oil wealth that still remains in the North Sea and of the potential that is inherent within the renewables revolution that is taking place in Scotland. So we go into this election with confidence, and as we do, we should reflect on how we managed to win the election in 2007. We won that election because we had the best policy platform for Scotland. We won that election because we had the best campaign on the ground, and we won that election because in Alex Salmond, Kenny MacAskill and Nicola Sturgeon, we had the leadership, we had the experience, and we had the ambition to take Scotland forward. And now we need all of that ambition, all of that self-belief, all of that conviction, if we are to win that second term at Holyrood, if we are to win here in Edinburgh Southern, and if we are to take Scotland forward and onwards to independence.